Hello everyone, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. Recently, the issue of marital rape is in news because recently Karnataka High Court gave a judgment relating to the marital rape. So in this context, we will discuss what is marital rape and what is the exception to the section 375 of IPC. Okay, what is this exemption to section 375 of IPC and what are the implications of marital rape? Let's begin. What is the context? You can look at here. This article in the Hindu newspaper, okay, talks about marital rape. Here what actually happened was the Karnataka High Court has given a judgment on 23rd March. Okay, this case name is very important to remember. You can quote this case when you are writing the mains answer. Like Hrishikesh Sahu versus State of Karnataka, it said that the exception or the exemption that is present to the section 375 of IPC is unconstitutional and should be removed. Okay, this is what the Karnataka High Court has said. So in this context, let's understand first what the marital rape means. Okay, break the word, that is marital, and the second word is rape. A sexual violence or a sexual act without consent is called as marital rape. Exceptions 2 to the section 375 of IPC states that any man who is indulging in a sexual activity with his own wife without the consent, if the wife is below the age of, under the age of 18 years, if the wife is below the age of 18 years, then it is considered as a rape. It's considered as a marital rape. Okay, if the wife is above 18 years, then it will not be considered as a sexual violence. Okay, remember, if the wife is above the age of 18 years, then it will not be considered as a criminal act at all. What is the data with respect to marital rape that we have in India? According to the NCRB data, that is National Crime Records Bureau, NCRB data, it is said that in the year 2019, every day, India reported almost 88 cases. Okay, in the year 2019, NCRB data says 88 cases were reported across India. Look at the social evil that we have. Okay, look at the gender inequality that we have. The first country to criminalize marital rape was Soviet Union way back in 1922. Okay, way back in 1922. But 2022, 100 years after marital rape was criminalized in Soviet Union, the democracy, liberty with which we are very proud of in India, we have the exception. That is, if the wife is above the age of 18 years, it will not be considered as a rape or a sexual violence as such. The World Health Organization data, it conducted a study in Tajikistan, and out of 900 women who were surveyed, 47% reported that they would have faced the marital rape by their husband. It is also called as intimate partner violence. Okay, this is the extent, this is the amount of the sexual violence that is happening around the globe. So what is this particular case? What is this case about? So what happened actually? Woman filed a case against her husband stating that because of the repeated acts of sexual assault, she had to file a case. Okay, and what did this husband do? This particular person requested the sessions court, requested the sessions judge that section 375 has an exception. That is, if the wife is above the age of 18 years, it will not be considered as a sexual violence. So this particular request that was given by the women should not be considered. It should be squashed. That's what this particular husband or a man demanded. But what happened? The sessions judge rejected the plea of the husband, and this husband approached High Court, and that application came under the Karnataka High Court. Okay, Karnataka High Court, and even the Karnataka High Court upheld the stand that was taken by the Sessions Court and said that this exception is invalid. It violates basic human rights. And what is the argument? What is the argument? For every issue we will have for and against. Okay, what is the debate or what is an argument for and against marital rape? Look at here. Non-consensual sexual intercourse, it violates basic right of women. Okay, that is Article 21. It is inherent in Article 21 states that right to life and personal liberty, and this particular exemption to section 375 of IPC violates basic human rights, that is fundamental right, which is under Article 21. It violates the women's right to dignity, bodily integrity, sexual autonomy, bodily and decisional privacy. It is like her decision is not being respected, her consensus is not being taken, she is not consensual to it, she has not given her consent. So that is a violation of decisional privacy. These are the very key terms that you have to remember when such a sensitive issue is being asked in your mains in GS paper 2 or GS 4, okay, or in an essay for that matter. You have to remember these key words so that you can make your answers look beautiful. At present, there are only 52 countries which have recognized marital rape as a criminal offense. However, in India, marital rape is not recognized as a crime because we have exemption to section 375 of IPC. Because of this exemption, marital rape is not considered as a criminal offense in India. What are the social implications of marital rape? In the year 2016, central government filed an affidavit and said that if marital rape is criminalized, then it would destabilize the institution of marriage and family, because the government said that this particular section 375 would be used by women to harass their husbands. This was a stand taken by the central government in an affidavit filed to the Supreme Court in the year 2016. The concept that by marriage, okay, women gave up her body to the husband, or she is the property of a husband, and she will not have her autonomy, and the man should not be guilty of having a sexual violence or involving in a sexual activity without consensus. Okay, this is what is one more stand that is taken by fundamentalists. Okay, fundamentalists or the people who are following the orthodox religion's practices. They are of the opinion the heights of patriarchy as such, where male is considered the head of the family, and even the exploitation carried out by man is being justified in the name of social stability and religion, which is not widely accepted. What are the impacts of marital rape? Say, it will have physical and psychological impacts. It will even have social and economic impacts, but when talking from an individual level, it will have physical and psychological impact. The effect of marital rape can be devastating. Victims are forced to live with their perpetrators and are often dependent on them financially. Okay, in countries with low rates of female labor participation and education, women who are raped by their husbands have no means of escaping the marriage because of, again, financial dependency, okay, or legal institutional alternatives. In some countries, single women who are raped are forced to marry their rapists as a way of resolving the offense. Okay, this is something that has to be changed. Okay, recently there was also an opinion taken by one of the high courts of the Supreme Court. One of the judges said that in order, when he was trialing a sexual violence case, he gave an option to a man telling that if you marry that particular woman, then the charges would be waived off, or the charges would not stand. So this is something that has to change. The thought process has to change drastically in order to eliminate this kind of social evils from our society. So what are the legal challenges? What are the legal challenges in order to resolve this particular problem? Prosecuting marital rape is very, very difficult, because it is really difficult to have the evidence. When in India if we have arranged marriages, coupled with patriarchy, it becomes really difficult for the investigating agencies in order to gather evidence, because women are not liberal enough and women are not educated, women are not aware of their rights in order to protest against the exploitation. This becomes really a very grave problem. 62% of 1,200 people surveyed didn't know that the marital rape was a punishable crime. Okay, they didn't even know that it was a crime. In that case, in India, which is a conservative society, how would you expect women to come out in public and talk about the exploitation that they're facing and talk against their husband? Okay, in India, we have the traditional Hindu culture, we have something called as Patiye Paradaiva, which means husband is God. In that particular situation, women coming out in public and talking against the husband is something that is prohibited. She would have to face a lot of social implications because of this. And this is the reason why many sexual or marital rape cases will go unreported. They won't be reported at all, and even if they are reported, in order to find the evidence, it becomes really difficult. So if these two challenges are fixed, then the menace of marital rape and sexual violence can be eliminated from Indian society, and because of that, we can have a robust, strong, peaceful and prosperous society, and also our economy. Okay, I think you have liked the video. For more such interesting content, please subscribe to Legacy IAS Academy. Have a nice day. Thank you.